They did it! And it's big! Google just released Gemini 3! All right, welcome to Brain, Wednesday edition, or whenever you're watching it, it's that edition. Usually we cover 3 or 4 topics, but there was a very big release last week that we decided to dig into a little more deeply, and that is Gemini 3. We talked about how it was a bit of a make or break release for them. A lot of anticipation, a lot of hype around it.
Yep.
After GPT-5 came out, that was a bit ho-hum.
Yeah.
Grok 4 came out in July, and it was a bit meh.
Yeah.
Sonnet 4.5 and Opus 4.5 came out in September and October, and those were pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But a lot of pressure on Google for this release. So what do you think? Did they do it?
I think they did it. I think they nailed it, actually. I have been using it since the preview was released, so it was late last week.
I think it was about mid last week that the preview came out,
Yeah.
and then
It only
2
took-
days later they're like,
Yeah, they're like, hey, it's working.
yeah.
Yeah. It was it is by far, in my opinion at least, and I haven't used everything, but in my opinion, it's the most logical multimodal conversation AI that exists, in that you can ask it about anything and input anything, and it just very quickly understands context.
Mhm.
It's so good at understanding context. Yeah.
What I found it really in contrast to a lot of OpenAI's releases was that this felt like a complete release. Whereas OpenAI's last few have been like, we kind of made a thing and it kind of works and
Yep.
we'll figure it out later. Google said we've released the thing, and not only have we released the best thing, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, all of our products now have it integrated right off the start.
Yep. Gmail, Google for Work for Business. It's added as like an API set. You can like in Gemini, in AI Studio, it's like you can get API keys very easily. There's documentation about how to run it in every circumstance. It's like this was the most complete AI release I think we've seen across the industry.
And it's not a small suite of products.
No.
It's a massive suite of products, and they somehow managed to roll it out. I can imagine how many people must have been working on it.
None. It's all AI.
yeah. For each product to be rolled out.
Yeah.
You're gonna speak to a bunch of stuff. I'm only going to speak to Antigravity. But I looked at they have an updates section on the site, and it was launched on the 18th, and there was like 3 updates since then. There was a launch day update, so people reported some bugs and they fixed it that day, and there's been several since then.
Yeah.
So just that one product, there was a team monitoring bug reports and repairing them and rolling out the repairs very quickly.
Yeah. What I would love to know, and they've never talked about it, is what proportion of fixes are automated by AI itself.
Yeah. Because
it is so broadly used across all of their product suite. It seems, and it's going so well that the early bug reports being fixed in a day is kind of unprecedented.
Yeah.
It's for such a large product suite. The other thing that I was really mind blown about is just the integrate. Have you used, I'm not sure if you've had this to tackle yet, but I use Google Drive almost exclusively as my cloud file holder. And I have for years. Like, although I'm an Apple guy on my devices stuff, all of my authentication, my email, everything, it's all Google. So the fact that you can ask across emails, across accounts, access to or conversational context around what files you hold, when they were last updated, whether you should pull this or that from like it doesn't just, it's not a file searching tool anymore. It's a file understanding tool. Like it properly assigns the right context, uses information. Oh, this file came from an email. Like it knows all of that information and then reports it back to you. I was just building a board report for my employer, and like it was so fast at collating and finding the sources of information I needed and putting it together in a single document and understanding all the context. It was just so useful. So let's talk about the benchmarks, some of the differences in Gemini 3 and its performance. It's significantly faster by a factor, they say, of at least 30% over the previous tools. It tops the LM Arena leaderboard with a score of 1501, which is like in almost every category, benchmark category, it's destroying the competition. The AME 2025 benchmark scores, it's like 95% without tools.
Yeah.
And with code tools execution, it's 100%.
So I was looking at the pro subscription a bit. I have the pro subscription.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see kind of what could it do in Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Gmail. And when you open up the little Gemini widget, one of the suggested questions is, what can you do? What can you do for me here?
Yeah.
And so I found that when I clicked it, it said, like for slides, it said, oh, I can give you presenter notes. So I said, okay, do that. It was like, I can't actually edit the slides, but I could give them to you here and you can copy and paste them.
Right.
So I was like, that's kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
But it also suggested that it could insert new slides. So I said, give me a summary slide, and that it did. So it actually put in an entire slide, AI generated little image in the circle, summary notes, inserted a slide, but presenter notes it couldn't actually put in.
Interesting.
Word document or Google Docs document. I asked it to one thing I do before the shows is I ask it to verify everything that's in the document before we talk about it
with real data.
Just make sure that what I'm going to say is accurate. Because sometimes there's rumors that slip in or there's miscalculations or whatever.
For sure.
And so looked it over and it said, everything's good here. I have one question about the Apple piece, about Tahoe and all that. So I answered it. I actually sent it a link. I'm kind of like condescending to it. It was like,
you dummy.
This 26.2 thing, it's like you usually just do like major releases and not minor releases. And they don't, so like Tahoe, I can't even find this thing yet.
Yeah.
Like, it's new, so maybe you can't. So I out of spite sent it a link to Mac Rumors, and it was like, oh, okay,
fine then,
you got me. Like, why did I need to do that? I didn't need to do that. I could just close the window, moved on. It wouldn't have cared.
But still, that's just your personality coming out on your side of the conversation.
That's right. You got to show the AI agent that I write.
I can see. I feel bad for the Neo that will be in your house.
Yeah. Well, at least I don't have to dress me. If you missed Monday's episode, go back. Joel's gonna get dressed by his Neo robot next year.
It will be awesome.
Like not physically, he's just gonna lay out the clothes for you. He's not tall. He's buttoning up your buttons. You look so handsome today, Joel.
100% gonna try that. Okay,
gosh.
Dress me, Neo.
You know what the worst part is? It's gonna be the Swedish programmer who's got to manually control it for the first time.
Oh my goodness! The trainer on the other end.
Yeah.
This Neo thing is a bad idea.
What are we working on today, Joel? Well, today you're gonna dress me, Mike. That's awful. Poor. Okay.
So
then I also tried it in
things to do in the future.
Yeah. Things to make Neo's trainer do. Get my back. Scratch my back. The other. I tried it in Google Sheets.
Yep.
It was great for analyzing data. So I had a bunch of data
Yep.
in tables and charts and all that, and it could read everything and give me analysis on it. Um, but it could only see the tab I had open.
Hmm.
So if I had a document with multiple tabs,
Mm-hmm.
it would only refer to the tab that it could see,
Interesting.
which I thought was really weird that
Yeah.
it could just access all of it.
Yeah, just like go across the
Yeah,
tabs.
just find the data I need.
Yep.
Couldn't do that.
Interesting.
What are the slides? Oh, Gmail. So in Gmail, I asked it to find all of my. Let me actually open this up. So I went into Gmail and I said, find me emails that have receipts. Copy the attachment to my Google Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Make PDFs. The same thing I did with that Lindy exercise.
Yep.
It couldn't do that. All what it did actually was search for the word receipt and gave me every email. It just plain search, nothing special about it.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of stuff that was incorrect there. I said find any receipts with attachments and give me a downloadable zip of the attachments. It couldn't do that. So finally I said, okay, just how much did I spend on OpenAI credits?
Interesting.
In the last year.
Yep.
That it did.
Yeah.
That it found the emails, it found the amounts, it made me a table of the amounts that I could copy and paste into another document. That it did well.
Right.
I'm just sometimes surprised about the things that it can and can't do.
Yeah, I think that's like what you're talking about is where I hopped into with AI Studio actually building software between Google services. So there's a reason why some of those actions are not available to an agent, just to an agent within a given tool, like in Gmail or in Docs. And that's because you have to have a permission process across Google services and authentication to access certain portions of certain tools. And so they still have that restriction. It's like a little wall between all of their different APIs. You have to give access to those APIs, even within Google Studio, Google AI Studio, to be able to do these cross-tooling tool chains. But once you do, it is pretty remarkable. A good example is this in Blockstack Designer, which we talked about on the last show, which is a tool that my son and I built, allows you to use an agent to build Minecraft sculptures and then bring them into Minecraft. You do it on the web. You can go try it now, blockstackdesigner.com. Go build a little something. And then, but what I found was that so I started the agentic portion of it inside of Google AI Studio just to see if it would work, because it used to be just a designing tool, place blocks, but I wanted this agentic access to 2.5 Flash. So we built this agentic tool into it, and it couldn't do image references. So I had to, in the tool, tell it, I need this Google search, the custom Google search API tool. I needed this Google text transcript API tool. And then I had to go get the keys for all those tools. So my suspicion is that they just they're not taking down the walls between authenticated APIs for safety's sake. Will they do that within like Google for Work, or you know what I mean, like whatever business tools are closely tied? I can see Sheets, Docs, the slides tools. Those to me feel like they're more closely aligned together, and you should be able to kind of move between them quickly without those API restraints or constraints. But that's what I think the issue is.
Right.
Those APIs are well developed, well documented. They already have all the stuff, but there is a process to be able to get access to that tooling.
Right.
And they charge for that. They charge for access to certain APIs.
Right.
So I can't just use an Google image search API somewhere without having to pay for it, right? And so you need a billing account to be able to access that token length and all that stuff.
Yeah. I do find that their payment system, their billing system, is more complicated than
it needs
others.
To be. I totally agree.
You think it needs to be?
No. Then it needs to be.
Oh,
it's
more
complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah. Even trying to figure out like what API has used what credits and where am I putting money?
I totally agree. They should fix that.
Yeah, it is their back end is really really complicated.
Yeah, really complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not just a meathead
No.
here. Like I've done
I
a lot
mean,
of like
let's not go crazy.
yeah. But I even when they moved, and this is a bit of a tangent, but moved from Universal Analytics to GA4.
Mm-hmm.
All the people that were in digital marketing, like it's been out now for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And I still deal with agencies who specialize in this.
Yeah.
And they're like, I still don't get it. Like it's years later and they still don't get how to build certain reports.
Mm-hmm.
They made some bits pretty complicated.
Yeah, I agree. The back end kind of for developers, the console tools, everything is complicated.
Yeah. Now I believe Gemini 3 has an agent mode. Is that correct?
That is correct.
They have agent tools and an agentic layer that can take actions.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I haven't played that. Is that in the widget? Do you know?
It is in the
browser?
widget inside the browser in Chrome.
So can I ask it to go and figure out how to pay for more credits for certain APIs? I bet you even it's going to be like, this is really. This is tricky.
I can't do this. Have you seen the layout of this payments page? It just complains.
Yeah. It's just terrible.
It's like picking on its little brothers.
Yeah.
Like,
that's great.
Oh, my brother did that one. That one's dumb. I have not played with the automated agentic framework that they're using inside of Chrome.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
No.
Yeah. Gemini 3 Nano, the new on device variant. I don't know if you saw that. That sounds really, really cool. Live transcription, multimodal assistant features, visual reasoning, camera based visual reasoning.
Yeah.
On their on device variant.
I wonder if that's what they're selling to Apple, but obviously Apple's customizing it for iOS. Because it sounds like that would be very useful on Apple's devices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Siri sucks. But
Siri's
anyways,
awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. Why are you still with Apple?
I'm working through it.
I tried out Google's Antigravity.
Okay.
Their new IDE. It feels a lot like a cursor,
which is a lot like VS Code.
It's a lot like Replit. It's a lot like Claude. It feels like they've released this product that really competes with a whole bunch of products. And this is the crazy thing with Google is that they are in so many different places building amazing software. I told you I was going through the settings, and it looks so much like Cursor. In the settings, one of the options was cursor. And it literally means the cursor. But I was like, where am I for a moment? I was like, how did I end up here?
Yeah,
like,
your brain was kind of folding.
It looks so much like it. When you first install it, it asks you if you want to import your settings from Cursor or VS Code to make migration easy. And then it gives you sort of 4 levels of developer that you want to choose from.
Right.
The top one is pure YOLO. It's just
do everything for me.
Just go, don't confirm, just do whatever. All the way down to like I want to do everything, like just be there if I need you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So 4 levels. You can customize them within the level. I was like, just go for it. You just do everything. Don't ask me. I started off with Gemini 3 Pro High and just let it go. I asked it to build up a simple AI news aggregation site.
You immediately spent your $200 in credits, and then
what? It must have been. So it went for about 15 minutes. It made a thing.
Yep.
It had filtering and search, and had grabbed multiple sources and put them all together. It was kind of interesting the approach it took, though. It was looking at RSS feeds available from other sites. And then basically grabbing the first element from each of those RSS feeds and then sticking it in dynamically. So it didn't create a database. It just went and grabbed other people's RSS feeds and put them in.
Interesting.
I thought that was a really, really unique approach.
Yeah.
And like even now thinking back at him, like, is that a good idea? Like I'm still not even sure if that was a good idea. Like it's kind of a hacky approach to making a
And like
aggregation
a news
page.
aggregator.
Yeah, no, like you're not going to get those pages indexed very well, but
Because they belong to someone else. Correct.
well, all of the content is dynamic,
Yeah.
and it just shows up for you at the time of load.
Yep.
And then it's gone forever.
Yep. I have a site. I have an AdSense site that runs very similarly to that. It basically loads the most prominent news feeds from the biggest RSS feeds in cryptocurrency. Yep. and it works really well for ads.
It's loading it. Oh, yes. Okay. So,
yeah.
And are you doing that same approach?
Yep.
Just grabbing them from RSS feeds
Yep.
and sticking it in?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. Adderlist.com. Go check it out. It's my cryptocurrency site.
Yeah. Because I would have, had I been doing it, I would have gone out and grabbed those items, but then stuck them in a database.
Yeah.
So AI generated image, new title, kind of AI adjusted from their original title,
right.
AI generated summary, link back to their article. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Store that in a database.
Yep. I didn't want to deal with a database.
But yeah, if you're just running it just purely for ads data or for ads revenue, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I ran out of tokens very quickly.
I knew it. They're so bad. They're so greedy.
No, I switched over to they had Gemini 3 high and low, and then they had Claude. They had 2 Claude options. And then they had like an OSS 20B in there.
I think Google will need to absolutely inside of their IDE offer an auto mode like is in Cursor, which should be able to determine your mode of like expense. Yeah. Your expense mode.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a budget developer. Please use the fastest, smallest models for whatever tasks only require that. You know?
So I went into back to the building thing. Like, I went into my settings because it popped up and said, use up all your things.
Yeah.
So I went into my settings. I'm like, okay, how many did I use? How much does it cost to do this again?
Yeah.
Nowhere in the settings could I find it.
Interesting.
Nowhere. I started going like and that's when I saw that cursor menu. I was like, am I really delusional now? But I could not find it.
Late.
Whereas you go on cursor, it's like $20 a month, click here.
Exactly.
And it just does it.
Totally.
I found it so hard. Like, even if I wanted to spend money, they made it a little bit difficult for me to do that.
Yeah.
And then I would it would just pop up the thing saying, you're in credits.
Yeah. They're terrible that way. I mean, it just feels like, yes, they made $100 billion that quarter, but they're also really expensive. Like, the tools seem more expensive to use.
Yeah. But they are good.
They are good. I'm not saying it sucks.
The tool, so it immediately, I just told it, very basic instructions.
Yeah.
And it built a plan.
Yeah.
Very clear checklist plan on how it was going to do it. As it built it, it had in the main window, the plan was there, and as it was building, it was like check.
I know. So,
check.
Well, that's
and
crazy.
At the end,
in the IDE itself, like, was it just a text-based thing, or is there a section of the IDE that's like, here's the check marks?
I didn't examine too closely how it was made, but it was like in the center portion of the window with checkboxes.
Okay, wow.
And it just tuk as it went through.
So cool.
At the end, it gave me a walkthrough of the completed tasks. So it gave me a page that literally walked me through what it did, how it did it, and what it did and how it did it.
And what it did and how it did it.
All of those things.
That's incredible. I mean, again, we've said it before, but Google's going to be hard to beat in AI.
Yeah.
They just have so much resource to build the tools, but they also were kind of really advanced early on in AI in general. So, yeah. It's time, I guess.
Well, I think it's only been 2 years since Gemini 1 came out.
Yeah, I'm talking about like early DeepMind stuff that Google's been working on. They've been working on AI for literally years. Like, they hired Jeffrey Hinton. He used to work at the University of Toronto, and then he moved to the US. That's the truth.
Sounds true. Now it sounds true.
I was literally just at a conference and he was speaking, so I was like, okay. Yeah. I'll park that one in there for future use.
Did you play with Google Flow at all?
Not since Gemini's release.
Okay.
Have you since?
I poked around.
Okay.
I was hoping that you'd
No, I
poked
haven't had a chance to.
further.
I have been building Blockstack Designer with Gemini 3.3 since its release because it was already a product, but then I saw the agentic tools and I was like, oh, I got to put that in there. So so I've literally just been working on that tool for the last little while.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say about Gemini 3?
Well, what were you going to say about Flow?
Nothing.
Oh.
I was really hoping that you'd done more. I looked at it, I was like, that looks awesome.
I'm gonna
really
okay. Note for next week. Check out Flow with Gemini. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Hey guys at home, if you have any things that you want us to check out, that you're like, hey, you guys haven't seen this tool, you should use it, or here's an attempt, or you want us to see what you've done with your AI stuff, please send us a note in the comments and we will check it out. While you're in the comments, just above there's like a like and a subscribe thing, a little subscribe button, but also a little bell there once you subscribe. Do that while you're there.
Yeah.
Giving us your feedback.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for this week.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for spending your time, your commute, your wherever you are.
Yeah.
And we'll see you back here in 2 weeks when everything's changed all over again.